Hey guys, it's Jessica Hayes. So this week for my tutorial, I have this kind of, I guess, ethereal, romantic, but spooky look. This is actually a look that me and Janeen, also known as Janers on Instagram, created when we were doing the Kat Von D Event Artistry Training. If you guys haven't watched that vlog, I will link it right here. We teamed up and we collaborated on a makeup together with a gorgeous model, and this was very similar to the look that we came up with together. So I'm going to be recreating this look using all Kat Von D products. If you would like to see exactly how we created this look, keep watching and I will teach you step by step how it's done. So pretty much the star of the show today is going to be the Kat Von D Hydrating Base Primer. So I'm going to get a little bit on my foundation brush and just use that all over, just as a hydrating moisturizer primer base first. For my skin today, I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Lock-It foundation. This is a very full coverage foundation. A trick that I learned off Eric, the global makeup artist for Kat Von D, is that he actually mixes the two of these together to sheer the foundation down. So that's what I'm going to do for this base today. I'm going to use 2 pumps of the primer and then 1 pump of the foundation and mix that together to create a super sheer base. This look is going to be more, I guess, fashion, so I don't want a full thick coverage of foundation. I want to be able to see the skin beneath. So I'm just going to start off by applying that to the middle of the face. I'm kind of just pushing that into the skin and then buffing out as well. See how that just creates a really nice sheer but luminous base that you can still see the skin through as well. Unfortunately, I can't really get away with sheer coverage for these eye bags, so I'm just going to go ahead and pop on some of the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer in L3. For the eyes, I'm going to be using this Shade and Light Eye Contour Palette. These were originally designed with eye color in mind, so this plum is going to be really good at pulling out that greenish color in my hazel eyes. I'm going to start off with just a little bit of this color and this color. This is with my Zoeva 227 brush. So I'm going to start off by building in the bridge of the eye. I'm taking that right in the bridge, right up to the eyebrow as well. I'm going to do this slightly a little more dramatic than the look that we did on our model. So I'm just going to keep building up those 2 colors in the bridge of the eye. And I'm also going to take that color underneath the eye as well, just on that outer corner. I'm just going to grab a tiny bit of this dark color right here. Just add that right into the crease of the inner corner of the eye. Now I'm going to take my Smith 232 brush just to make sure that's all buffed out and diffused. Very blown out look, no hard edges. So we might keep building on the eyes, I'm not 100% sure yet, but now is the fun part. The cheeks, what I did was mix a few of the Everlasting liquid lipsticks. I'm going to take the color Exorcism, and I'm also going to take a little bit of this color Lovesick. And then I'm going to take 2 pumps of the primer and then mix this all in together. I'm going to test it out on the back of my hand just to see that the sheerness is okay. Perfect. And then I'm just going to start building up on the cheeks. So we're going to use this on the backs of the cheekbones right here. So you can actually use any of the Everlasting liquid lipsticks with a little bit of the primer as a really pretty sheer cheek stain. Just going to be using my foundation brush in conjunction with that if anything gets a little crazy. I'm just going to keep building upon that color, kind of like in layers. For this look, we did take it into the hairline as well. So you can almost imagine the primer as kind of like a mixing medium. So you can pretty much just like liquefy anything. Take that back onto the ears a little bit. And also along the jawline. I'm just going to press the Beauty Blender over the edges as well, just to make sure that everything is blended in. I'm going to take just Exorcism straight up and a pump of the primer. And I'm just going to go through and deepen some of those areas. This look is definitely about just layering and building. So just keep applying until you feel like you have enough, and then you can just go back over with a beauty blender just to dab it in, just to make sure it's really kind of seamlessly blends in with the skin. For the eyes, we did just some random little flicks of white along the center of the eye with this white ink liner. And then just a few underneath the eye. The eyebrows, I'm going to be concealing them out a little bit, so I'm just going to use the concealer that I used underneath my eyes, the Lock-It L3, and I'm going to be using a little disposable mascara one. This is from Cosmetics, and I'm just going to brush that through the brows. I'm going to be really careful not to touch the skin while I'm doing this, because then otherwise it can just create kind of like a big blob underneath that's really hard to tidy up. I'm actually quite mad at myself because I cannot find my Kat Von D white concealer anywhere, which makes me panic. But what we actually did for this look was grab another spoolie and put the white Lock-It concealer just through the center of the eyes right there. So we didn't use mascara for this look, but instead we kind of just enhanced that little white spot through the center and also underneath the eyes as well. So this is just the Urban Decay Subversion. I'm just going to brush a little bit of that Subversion through the brows as well. So the reason why I put the skin color concealer down first is because it almost acts as like a color corrector, and then if you were to go and put the white concealer over the top after it's dried, it won't get that real ashy kind of look, almost like tattoo cover up. You'll put something down that's a little bit skin color and warm first, and then put the true color over the top. So that just helps combat the extreme ashiness that my almost black brows would pull if I was just to straight up put white concealer over the top of the brows. So for the lips, I'm going to get this color Agatha, and I'm just going to start off with that as a base. I'm just going to buff out the lip line a little bit with concealer. I'm going to use this Shade and Light eye brush just to apply a little bit of the Exorcism color just to the center of the lips. We're going to go for that bitten kind of look. Then I'm going to take a little bit of the Everlasting Liquid Lip in Vampira, and with the small edge of this brush, I'm just going to buff that into the lip line. I'm going to take a little bit of that dark color right there and then add that to the corners of the mouth. Alright, now for the extra fun part. I'm going to take my Thunderstruck Metal Crush. So I'm going to grab a crumb of my Thunderstruck. This is my broken one. And I'm going to add 1 pump of the primer and mix that in together. I'm actually going to add 1 more pump of the primer because we want it to be a nice sheer consistency. Alright, so I'm going to add that to the tops of the cheekbones, corner of the brow bone, all up in that temple kind of area. Just going to dab that in just a little bit. Then I'm going to use a little bit down the center of the nose, and then I'm going to take this brush horizontally and just swipe that over the lip and down onto the chin. Wait for that to dry just a little bit. Next, I'm going to take the ink liner and just highlight the tip of the Cupid's bow. For finishing touches, just go in and zhuzh any parts that you think need zhuzhing. So there we go, that is the finished product of the kind of recreation of me and Janeen's look from the Kat Von D beauty training. It was super fun to collaborate on a look together. At first I was unsure of how we were going to kind of bring our looks together, but Janeen's first thought when she saw our model was like to do a bitten kind of lip, and I thought that was a cool idea. Our model was very romantic and kind of alien-esque looking, and she totally suited this look. Even though this isn't a very wearable look, there are some things that you can take away from this tutorial. So using that primer as a mixing medium is freaking amazing. You can turn any of your everlasting liquid lipsticks into a cheek stain. I actually used Double Dare the other day and it was so pretty. So give that a try. And also using the primer to sheer down your foundation if you don't like it a super full coverage. I personally don't really like a full coverage. This is an awesome trick for me to be able to sheer down that foundation. It has been a minute since I've done anything kind of cool, creative like this on my channel, but hopefully I'll be able to squeeze in a sweet little Halloween-y treat for you guys for the month of October. Also, I will be at the Makeup Show Chicago on, I believe it's November 12th and 13th with the Kat Von D Artistry Event team. So make sure if you're in the Chicago area, come and check us out. Thank you always for tuning in, guys, and I will see you next week for my weekly video. Bye.